Let me hit you with the truth most men will never hear. The difference between a woman who sleeps with you and a woman who can't stop thinking about you. It's not your looks, not your money, not even your bedroom game. It's how you touch her when sex isn't even on the table. If you want to unlock real feminine obsession, the kind that keeps her checking her phone, dreaming about your next move, and melting at the thought of you, stay right here. Because I'm Jane, and I'm about to hand you a weapon that works on her mind, her body, and her soul. Subscribe, watch to the end, and never touch her the same way again. You've been taught to think seduction begins with the kiss, with the clothes coming off. That's a lie. The real seduction? It starts in the quiet touches, the kind that seem innocent but awaken something primal in her. These are the spots most men ignore, the ones that make her feel seen, cherished, hunted, and safe. Let's break them down. First, her wrist. The pulse of craving. This isn't just a dainty body part. This is where her heartbeat whispers to you. Most men go straight for lips or thighs, but when you bring your mouth to her wrist, when you kiss that soft skin slowly, deliberately, you're doing more than kissing. You're reading her rhythm, matching her pulse. Biologically, that's a vulnerable zone. Psychologically, you're telling her, I see your body and I respect its pace. That's powerful. It shows her you're not rushing, not desperate. You're deliberate. You're tuned in. And when a man shows restraint with intensity, that's the difference between being cute and unforgettable. 2. Back of the neck. Her instinctual trigger. This one, it's ancient. It's not just about arousal, it's about trust. A kiss just below her hairline, that's the reset button on her nervous system. It says, you're safe with me. But it also says, I could devour you if I wanted to. It triggers a full body response. Her breath catches, her skin tightens, her spine arches, because this kiss skips her brain and goes straight to her body. It's not sweet, it's strategic. Because when you claim the back of her neck with intention and tenderness, she'll never forget how you made her feel. 3. Just beneath her ear. The gateway to tension. This is where most of y'all mess up. You kiss her neck like you're in a rush. Wrong move. That soft curve beneath her ear is a live wire, but only if you know how to use it. Let your lips hover. Breathe. Wait. That hesitation, that millisecond of not knowing if you'll pull away or press in, that's what drives her wild. You're not just kissing her, you're building tension. And tension is what makes her explode. Perfect. Here's batch 2 of the rewritten script for Ask the Real Jane, continuing with the same bold, emotionally resonant tone, voiceover ready and tailored for a male audience. You're not here to be another quick thrill. You're here to be the man she replays in her mind on lonely nights. So let's go deeper. 4. The inside of her thigh, desire's danger zone. Most men mess this one up. They either skip it or rush through it like it's just a pit stop on the way to the main event. But this spot, this is sacred ground. Touching her inner thigh is not about aggression, it's about reverence. When you kiss her there just once and then pull back, you send a shock wave through her nervous system. It tells her, I could take more, but I won't. Not yet. That's not teasing. That's control. And women crave that kind of composure. Why? Because a restraint signals confidence. And confidence, real, unshakable confidence, makes her feel safe enough to fully surrender. You're not proving your desire. You're proving you know how to manage it. And that's the mark of a man who doesn't beg for attention. He commands it. 5. Between her fingers. The intimacy. Most men. Miss, you want to know what separates a man who sleeps with her from the man she dreams about? It's the one who kisses her fingers, not as a move, but as a message. When you bring her hand to your lips, pause and kiss the space between her fingers. You're telling her, I desire every inch of you, even the parts you thought no one noticed. It's tender, it's rare, and it's unforgettable because that small act says you're not just here to take, you're here to see her. And when a woman feels seen deeply, thoroughly, she stops protecting herself. She opens, not just physically, but emotionally. And that is where obsession begins. Bonus point, you can touch all the right places and still get it wrong. Because it's not about geography, it's about rhythm. The space between the notes, every kiss, every pause, every breath you take before your lips land, that's part of the story you're writing on her body. And if you rush the story, you cheapen the ending. Think of it like music. If every beat is loud and fast, it's noise. But when you play with tempo, with silence, you create a masterpiece. So the next time you're tempted to move faster, don't. Let your lips hover. Let your fingers linger. Let the air between you pulse with almost. Because almost is where her craving lives. And if you can master that space, you become the man who lives in her thoughts long after the moment is over. Let's talk about something every man thinks he understands, but almost none actually do. Desire. Not the quick kind, not the kind that fades by morning. I'm talking about the ache, the kind of desire that builds in silence, in pauses, in the little moments that whisper instead of shout. Here's the truth. The most powerful craving a woman can feel isn't from being touched. It's from almost being touched. The waiting, the wondering, the heat just beneath the surface. That's where obsession begins. The signs behind her surrender. You think this is just foreplay? Number. This is biology. When you trace the lines of her collarbone, when you press a kiss into the curve of her shoulder, the hollow of her back, the dip between her hips, you're not just touching skin. You're activating her parasympathetic nervous system, the one that tells her body she's safe, adored, relaxed. And when that happens, oxytocin floods her brain. That's the bonding hormone, the one that makes her associate you with connection. Add dopamine to the mix, triggered by anticipation, and you've now rewired her brain to crave you, not just physically, emotionally. That's not seduction. That's science-backed chemistry. The real flex? Patience. Anyone can rush, but the man who slows down, the man who touches her like he's studying scripture, that's the man she remembers. You kiss the back of her knee. You breathe warmth into the inside of her elbow. You trace her fingers like they matter more than anything else in the room. You're not just building arousal, you're creating meaning. She doesn't feel like a body. She feels like a universe. And you become the only explorer who ever learned the map. The difference between sex and intimacy. Most men chase sex. Very few ever touch true intimacy, and that's why most of them are forgotten. But when you kiss her without expectation, when you touch her just to see her flinch, sigh, surrender, when your lips linger, not because you want more, but because you're already full from that moment alone, that's intimacy. That's emotional maturity. That's the kind of touch that makes her say, I don't know what it is about him, but I can't get him out of my head. And now you do know. So here's your challenge. Tonight, don't try to impress her. Don't try to perform. Instead, surprise her. Kiss the places she never expected. Linger in the silence. Let your touch say everything your words never could. That's how you stop being just another guy she kissed and become the one she compares everyone else to. If this opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What's one place you've kissed a woman that made her melt? Because here on Ask the Real Jane, we don't chase women, we understand them. And when you understand her, she gives you everything.